Well, welcome everyone to our weekly night mindful moments. Every Wednesday, we go live here on Instagram at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Soon, we will be moving our lives to our YouTube channel. So if you're not already following us, please be sure to follow us tonight. Our YouTube channel link is in our highlights, and we often share it through our stories as well. And you can also DM us too anytime, and we can send you our YouTube channel. And feel free to share the link with anybody that you know as well that could get value from anything that we discuss or talk about. And sharing is caring, and we love and appreciate your support so much. So we are super excited for the month of November. We're going to be doing a self-love series. Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
We're going to be doing a self-love series. And so the next 3 Wednesdays, that's what's going to be our main topic as well. So we're super excited for this. And for the month of November as well, this is the only month that starts with no, right? November. So we're going to be talking about what you say no to and what we say yes to, and focusing on our mental well-being and our self-love. So we want to say no to the things that drain us, and we want to say yes to the things that empower us and enhance our health and bodies and mindset.
Absolutely.
So, yes. So important.
Yeah.
And I don't know about all you, but oftentimes it's like, I know for myself too, and I know probably Emma can relate as well. Saying no to certain things can be hard sometimes, right? Because,
Absolutely.
yeah, like sometimes I know for myself, I'm like, can be a people pleaser sometimes. You want to make sure everybody's happy. You don't want to disappoint anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, right? I've gotten better over the years, but I used to be really bad at saying no to things. And that leads to overwhelm, and your body can shut down, and anxiety and so many things, right? If you put too much on your plate.
Yeah, it is overwhelming, and I think again as women, we even have a harder time sometimes saying no,
Yes.
right? Because we're kind of like caregivers and that's kind of in our nature. But
Yeah.
but like if you don't say no, sometimes that can build up resentment too, right? And you don't want to have that. You want to make sure to look after yourself. So when you are interacting and having those relationships and those connections, that your kind of cup is full, right? Because you've been able to look after yourself, and so you're able to have those positive interactions.
Yeah, exactly. Blake says yes, it's very hard to say no.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So we're going to go over a couple of things like, that are good to say no to. And as we're talking, if something comes to your mind, leave it in the comments. What is something that you're going to say no to for the month of November and moving forward, not just for this month?
Yeah. Yeah. Something that you
So,
said, things that you say no to that don't lift you up, right? And
yeah,
that drain your energy.
exactly. So for example, like I always say no to like toxic environments and toxic people. It could be like a workplace or a social circle or someone like online space or someone that's like a relationship or like anybody that may be toxic or bringing you down. It's good to remove yourself from people or places that don't align with your values and don't uplift you, and you find it draining you and adding stress to your life. And you got to identify those triggers and set boundaries to protect your peace as well.
Absolutely. And sometimes, like, you can be in an environment that's kind of negative, but you can remove yourself from the negativity, right? So whether that's going to find a different room to work by yourself or not associating with people who are negative, you can be friendly but not associate. Like, it's how you can navigate um, through those different like environments
Yeah,
to be able to make it positive for you. And if you're doing work, you can go out and go for a walk or something at lunch. You don't have to stay there and kind of immerse yourself in the negativity.
yeah, exactly. And there's always ways that you can kind of get creative and distance yourself from that negative energy, right?
There are times that I
Sure.
walk around and I put my earphones in my ear and people think I'm listening to music, and sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but like people are like less likely to talk to you as long as they
Yeah.
think you're listening.
That's a good way to get your own time then, right? And then if someone is talking to you and you're not in the mood for talking to someone, you just keep walking. You're like, well, they think I'm listening to music. That's such a great idea, Emma. I remember Bernie told me that. I'm
Well,
going to
I
start
mean, it's just
doing
what you
that.
have to do to be able to, and I'm not saying like just do that to ignore people, but if you're in a place where you need your own time or
Yeah,
something toxic is happening, you don't want to engage, and sometimes you don't want to be rude, then you can do things which occupy your time otherwise.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Blake says he always has your earphones in. LOL. That's right.
Don't tell our secret. No, I'm just kidding.
Another thing to say no to would be like negative self-talk. I think can all probably on here agree that we can be our own worst critics. And we need to challenge those inner critics and replace them with positivity and positive affirmations and really focus hard on like trying to change that. I know it's hard because like I said, we're our own worst critics and we have a lot of negative self-talk, but we really got to try and change that.
And
Like
we are
something I do. I
always
always do.
listening.
Yes, we are always listening. We are always listening. That's why, like, that's good. I start my mornings off with positive affirmations and I say them out loud so my brain can hear that
Yeah,
too. Because, yeah, sometimes our brains can be fighting with each other and we want to get rid of
absolutely.
that negative self talk.
Yeah. No, I
Say
agree.
no
And
to it.
the more senses you can bring into those affirmations, so that's why they say sometimes look into a mirror, right? Because visually you're seeing yourself as you're saying it. Like if you're saying it out loud, auditorily, you're hearing
Yeah,
it that way. If you write it, then that's another way. Like the more ways that you can incorporate that, then like the more empowering kind of it can be, right? Because you're bringing all your senses into it.
yeah, exactly. Oh, but the car's going by? Are the cops there? No.
They're not coming for me.
Okay. I'll be, Emma, what did you do? I'm saying no to the cops.
There's a fire truck just outside over there.
Okay. Emma was saying no to some things and they're not happy about it. No.
I say no to going.
Another thing that you want to say no to or not do is comparisons too, right? Everybody's journey is unique and different. And we have to embrace it without having any judgments because sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves because we're comparing ourselves to other people
Yeah.
and their journeys or their successes and everything, whereas we're on our own journey.
And sometimes when you're comparing yourself to say someone's success and
Yeah,
you see the success, but you don't know all the things that happened before they got there. Or
exactly.
somebody can be really successful but really not be happy, you know
Yeah,
so even especially with social media, the things that are presented, there's so much more behind the scenes, right? So remembering
yeah,
when you're comparing yourself that you're missing like over half the pie to be able to
yeah,
make those judgments too.
exactly. Exactly. Because you don't know how that person got there, right? They probably overcame a lot of challenges to get where they are
Yeah,
as well, just like all of us are.
and you'll get there, you'll get to your success, whatever that looks like, because success is very different for each person, right? However they just decide to define that. But like but you walk your own journey, and I believe that you need to learn the lessons along your journey to be able to take those next steps, right? And that's teaching you what you need to know to continue to move on.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true. So true.
Sometimes I learn them more than once because I haven't learned them the first time, but we're getting better
Yeah,
at listening.
yeah. Maybe the second time, or sometimes it might take a few times.
Yeah, I'm getting
For-
better at listening because
Me
yeah,
too. There comes a, learning, right?
yeah,
Sometimes we have to hear it a few times or tell ourselves.
yeah,
And another one we want to say no to is self-doubt as well. We want to really challenge our limiting beliefs. Every one of us has limiting beliefs and stories that our brain is telling us every single day why we can or can't do something. We need to replace those thoughts with affirmations that celebrate your strengths and your accomplishments, right? Think about all the positive things, and we need to conquer those limiting beliefs that we're holding.
yeah. And I think everything that you had mentioned before, you know, with the toxic environments, the toxic relationships, with the negative self-talk, you know, when we're talking social media or comparisons and those kind of things, those all, I think, kind of like come together and build that self-doubt, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Blake says that's a rough one. Yeah,
It
self-doubt
is.
is, so many of us have self-doubt.
Yeah.
That's why I've been practicing, like just started to practice like my self-love journey to try and release self-doubt. And I just started this new book as well. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if you've read
I
it.
saw that.
I thought this is actually the perfect book to read during our self-love series. I just started it, so I just did the introduction, but I will keep you all posted. I'll let you
Yeah,
know a little bit
absolutely.
on each live as well. It was recommended by my friend Isabel, who's usually on here. She's not on here right now. But she said it's been changing her life and everything. So it's to help you move from chaos to calm.
Yeah, totally need that.
Yes. So I'll keep you all posted on our next lives. Another thing that we want to say no to is unhealthy habits as well. So you want to break free from routines that don't serve your well-being,
Yeah.
right? We can get into those unhealthy habits and then we get stuck into that habit, right?
Yeah. And sometimes when we do things over and over again and they can be unhealthy, but we become complacent. And when you
Yeah.
become complacent, you just go on autopilot, right? And then it's like you go there and you go there and you go there. And it's not even thinking about it or living or being in the moment, which we'll end up talking when we switch over to the other, but to the yeses. But when you're complacent, things pass you by and you don't even necessarily realize, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, changing up your habits, building newer, healthier habits, being more mindful, those kind of things in there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, it's so important to be mindful about everything. And speaking of November, so those are a couple of things that we wanted to share with all of you. And we just want to give you a moment to share what are you going to say no to for this November?
I love that.
Share in the comments what you are going to be saying no to.
Or even what do you say
And
no to now that helps to protect your
yeah,
mental and physical and emotional well-being, spiritual well-being?
yeah, exactly. What are you currently saying no to? We'll make yeah, yes, that's a good one. Procrastinating, Blake said. I think we're all good for yeah, I know I can mention that too. Yeah, that's a good one to add. No, say no to procrastination.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a big one that I've been working on and I have been improving. But that's what I'm going to focus on saying no to this month as well.
Yeah, it's a huge one actually.
Yeah. I think pretty much probably everybody can. Yeah, Brenda says she tries that daily as well for procrastinating or for like saying no to procrastination. Yeah, procrastinate now. Why put it off?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Just get it done.
And then it kind of lifts a weight off of you, you know, once you like, because a lot of the times I think we'll procrastinate for just anything, but the main things that we procrastinate on are things that we're not necessarily excited about or connected with or feeling like that positive, you
Yeah,
know.
or maybe we have fear behind it too,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
That self-doubt that's coming behind there, right? And then
Yeah,
you're listening to that and you're like, so you procrastinate those kind
it
of
makes
things.
exactly make up excuses or reasons why you can't be doing that
Yeah, we
because
can
you're
make
like
up
having this
lots of
fear.
excuses.
Yep, I know, and I know this from experience
Me too. And
because I know.
I still do it sometimes. I catch myself still doing it.
Yeah,
Like, there's some things
yeah,
that I don't necessarily, I guess, enjoy doing. But so I just have to be like, okay, just do it. Just get it done with.
yeah,
And once it's done with, you have kind of that weight lifted. But I think sometimes we can build ourselves up even more, right? During that time of procrastination, instead of kind of just doing it, you build and
yeah,
build and build and build, and then it becomes like this great big task when it wasn't even that big to begin with.
exactly. Yeah, so
Catastrophize.
no, no to procrastination this month. Not we're gonna
Yeah.
Switch gears for the last little bit of our live here, and we're going to talk about what are we going to say yes to this month for November. So as we're talking, if something pops in your mind, healthy things that you're going to say yes to, drop it in the comments, please. We would love to see and read it out loud. But anyways, so things that we're going to say yes to will be like mindful practices, like Emma was saying, being mindful. So maybe incorporating meditation, which I'm actually learning how to do in this book as well. He's going to kind of go over that, how to properly meditate, journaling. Maybe some people like to journal or do deep breathing. It really helps to calm your body into routine. I know we're practicing a lot of deep breathing and mindful moments and stuff like that within our gut health challenge as well, which have been amazing. And I was so in need of that last week.
Yeah.
All those like relaxing exercises and showing you how to breathe and everything really helps to calm you down when your life is chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
breathing like makes that equilibrium, right? Like it helps
Yeah.
to balance things out. And another thing that's a kind of a neat tactic too is like people who have a lot of anxiety. Sometimes having a shower or things like that can help to calm them down because our body's mostly water, right? And
Yeah.
so like that helps to connect. Just as you have done videos, if you go look at our shorts, is that walking in the ground, right? With your bare feet, it's grounding. Those kind of things can really be mindful. And you can be mindful during taking a walk or during doing the dishes. You know, it's being present in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, grounding is still good for your body. It's getting a little bit cold here for grounding here, but
Yeah.
but it's still good for your body. And
Absolutely, it is. And if you go watch some of our shorts on our YouTube,
yeah,
we have different motivations or different sayings or different things to kind of do that way too. So they're in our shorts. So you can get a few more ideas or a few more things to think about and stuff.
yeah, yeah, we share things in there weekly. So please check out our shorts for sure. And if you're not following our YouTube channel, don't forget to go follow us as well. And then it'll
It's
come into
really
your
fun.
history too.
Yeah.
Another thing that we want to say yes to is healthy relationships, right? You want to connect with people that who uplift you and like they have like a supportive environment, people who are cheering you on and people who are positive energy, right?
Yeah.
I know the moment when I started to get rid of toxic people in my life and surrounded myself with positive, uplifting people, more and more positive, uplifting people came into my life and it changed my life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, just being around those people, like it refuels you, you know,
Yeah.
and people can tell when you're maybe a little bit off or those kind of things, and they can check in. Just knowing that there's people there to talk to and who care, and
Yeah.
it's really important.
Yes, exactly. So good to surround yourself with, or who, like it makes a big difference who you surround yourself with.
And we have
Uh,
done a previous live, if you go to our YouTube, on healthy relationships. We've done
yeah,
healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships, so you can also get some ideas from those links.
yeah, and then you can recognize the red flags and the green flags in people, and
Yeah.
who you want in your life and who you probably don't want in your life.
Yeah. At work, we have little red flags we made. We wave the red flag.
Awesome. Even do that.
Yeah. Everything else
Um,
is in the green, but when it's not good, then it's a red flag goes up.
yeah.
And that can
That's
kind of
awesome. I love
bring
it.
a little bit of positivity to, you know, when something's kind of going on that's difficult, because you can kind of break that up a little bit with laughter and with
Yeah.
people who are positive and going through stressful
Yeah.
times with positive people. That helps, you know, to lighten that load a little bit.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, Blake put the 3 red flags in the comments.
For sure.
Stay away. Another thing that we want to say yes to is self-compassion, right? We want to
Yes.
treat ourselves with kindness and be understanding.
Yeah.
And remember, it's okay to prioritize ourselves and our needs. and our self-love. Like sometimes people feel guilty for prioritizing yourself when it's a need. You need to prioritize you in order to be your best version for those you care about.
Yeah. In my stories, actually, I did it, like one of my stories says, what does it say now? It says, about self-love is it's not just me, it's me too.
Yeah.
Right? So it's including yourself in that, looking after somebody else too.
Yes, exactly. It's so important and such a priority. So put you first.
Yep, absolutely.
And
And
another
our
thing we should
health.
always,
Oh, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh yeah, you beat me to the punch.
No, I was going to say our health too, right?
Yeah.
That's what this all kind of weighs on.
Yeah.
And so if you're not like kind of including yourself, looking after yourself, being mindful, and being mindful of your emotions and your thoughts and those kind of things, that all impacts your health.
Yeah, exactly. And our health should be our number one priority of all. Because if you don't have your health, you can't do the things that you enjoy to do. And you can't be there for the ones that you love. And I don't know about you, but I want to be around for a long time. And I want to be there for the ones that I love. And I want to be able to enjoy life to the max too. And if I don't have my health, I'm not going to be able to do that. So
It's a different quality of life, right? And
yeah,
again, yeah, like it really affects your quality of life if you're not looking after yourself.
exactly. So it's so important to always invest in your health. Like there's not a price that you could put on your health, to be honest.
And a lot of
And speak
our health comes from where?
and we actually have like because Emma and I feel our bodies every single day we have cellular absorption technology supplements that are patented and scientifically researched as well that support our overall wellness and vitality. And
Absolutely.
right now we actually have a gut health challenge as happening too, which is free for all customers to join at absolutely any time. And that's what we're sharing, that we are actually doing some mindful practices in there, like breathing and exercises and everything that focuses on the gut. So speaking of guts, our health is the number one priority. But you know what? Everything is linked to our gut. Everything, like so many things that happen to us, like so many diseases and like even mental health. Like I suffered severely with mental health and anxiety and depression. And it wasn't until I started prioritizing, well, I rid myself of like all the toxicity in my life. But once I started prioritizing my gut health, that's when the real magic happened. And it makes all the difference. So right now, we decided to host that because a lot of people are going through, mental health challenges and anxiety or maybe illnesses or like lots of things. And so we're getting our guts healthy together.
Yeah.
So
And in our challenge, we have so much information. So any customer can come and join, and we have like gut healthy recipes. We have like different mindful practices. So we look after your mind and all aspects, I'll say, of your body.
yeah,
I'm not going to get into everything, but
exercises. We
what?
track our
Yep.
bowel movements too. We have so many resources in there that even I've been learning a little bit more. I know I'm pretty aware of like my gut health, but there's so much value in there
Yeah.
that I've been learning some new things that I didn't really realize.
And exercises that are
Yeah,
good for your gut. There's all those things that are linked. So yeah, I mean, if you're ever interested, we are kind of doing some challenges. If you're a customer, then coming to join, and you get so much information and so many resources, and yeah, and a
exactly.
lot
It's
of
an extra
fun and
incentive to
encouragement.
do. Exactly. And speaking of like who you surround yourself with, right? We said say no to toxic environments and say yes to people who are uplifting and we're there to help and change lives and do this together, get our guts healthy together.
Yeah,
Because who doesn't want to feel
absolutely.
their absolute best?
You bet. So
So
yeah, that's just a start to our self-love, in November, and things to say no to, things to say yes to. If you guys have questions, about self-love, or even if you want to give us comments or ideas of things you do, send us DMs, and we don't have to say your name, but we can always include them because your feedback is important too.
Yes. Yes, please let us know anytime before. So we'll be going live next Wednesday, every Wednesday at the same time. So just make sure you send the messages prior to, and we'll make sure we can add that into our discussion.
Absolutely.
We're always open to suggestions and things that you guys, we value, like everything that you guys would like us to speak about and everything. And yeah.
We appreciate everybody's support.
Yes. We appreciate all of you, and let's go say no to all the things that are draining us, and let's go say yes to all the things that empower us.
Absolutely.
Let's make this a month of change together.
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
Well, and don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe in the new year we'll switch to YouTube.
Yeah.
We're getting the like technical difficulties right now.
And Blake, we're not procrastinating. We're just like, I know he's talking about procrastinating, but I was like, oh, this isn't a procrastination. We just want to build a little bit before we get over there.
I feel like I'm being called out.
I know, because I could see his previous comments. I was like, oh yeah, hopefully he doesn't think we're procrastinating.
That's awesome. We appreciate everybody for being here, and thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yes, thank you so much. We are sending lots of love and light out to all of you.
And we will see you next Wednesday.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a wonderful night.